No, Julie, everybody's making a great fuss about the similarities between you and the Rita of Educating Rita, and particularly about the personal inadequacies of Rita, but you don't look a bit inadequate to me.
Oh, that's very kind of you. Well, I don't see Rita as inadequate at all. I think she's a real survivor, you know. She's going to change things no matter what for herself, and that's what she sets out to do, and she does do that.
But you are on record, I don't know, you might have been misquoted as saying that you were inadequate at least a few years ago.
Well, that comes out of people saying, why are you an actress?
Yeah.
And, I mean, I don't know, really, but when you delve into it, you start thinking back to when you were a child and all of that sort of thing. And I always think that... I suppose that I used to look at other people a lot, observe other people a lot, because I thought the answer to everything was in the way other people behaved. And so out of that comes impersonating them and sort of and working out their motives for things, you know. And I suppose acting is a sort of byproduct of that. But
Did you in any sense have a troubled childhood, if not an inadequate one? I mean, you were thrown out of school, weren't you, for being subversive?
Oh, no.
Well, you were.
I know, it sounds very dramatic. It's not quite as dramatic as that. I was asked to leave in the sixth form.
That sounds pretty awful to me.
I know, it's because I never went. I can remember now to this day looking at the geography paper and thinking, I do not know a single thing on this paper. And then the next day them coming in and saying, we don't want you to come back next term. And I didn't, so I didn't come back. But it was that, I never went. I don't know why. I suppose I got bored or something. But I just never used to go. I was a bit naughty, but not really.
Well, let's look at Rita again. Another thing about Rita is that she has an inadequate marriage or an unhappy marriage. What are your own views, you, Julie Walters, about marriage?
Well, I don't think I'll ever get married. But I'm not saying I think marriage is a bad thing, you know, for anybody else as a rule. I just don't think I don't think I could ever make a lifelong commitment like that.
Why is that?
Because I want to feel free to change. And in the relationships that I've known and had, that's not been allowed, really. Not because of the other person, but because of my reaction to the situation. I've had a couple of long relationships with people.
What does long mean? Months?
Well, no, like 5 years. Living with people. Living with people, so there's hundreds of them. Well, there were only two, one after the other, you know. And what was I saying? I lived with two people for 5 years. And yes, and during that time, just the chemistry of that situation didn't suit me, and I don't think it ever will. I'm not saying I'm shutting those doors. It may well, I mean, you know, it might just happen that I might meet someone and stay with them forever, but I'm not looking for it, is what I'm very happy living.
Well, lots can happen. A lot is happening to you now, and you're coming out, you're being dragged, whether you like it or not, out of the sort of background you've had into the whole razzmatazz. I mean, look at tonight, all the glitter and the Duke of Edinburgh. Are you going to enjoy that?
Well, I'm apprehensive about it because I've never been in the situation before of a film premiere and I went to the Royal Film Performance of Table for Five, but that was different. I wasn't in it, you know. I went along and enjoyed it because I was just an audience member. But tonight it's me, you know. And there's all sorts of people there, like friends, people who you were doing the film with, and family, and they're all from different parts of your life. And I find that a really tricky situation. I never know who to... I'm sort of like a dog. I'm like my dog used to be. And I know who to go to next and who to talk to. And I get really sort of het up. I quite enjoy it, but I don't know what to make of tonight.
But I mean, you've seemed to have made quite a thing about the kind of ordinariness of your background. There's nothing ordinary about tonight. This is glittering. And about the future now for you. I mean, it's stardom beckons.
Is it?
How are you going to cope?
Well, I don't know. I mean... People say you've got to keep your feet on the ground. And I think, well, I will, because, I mean, stardom for the sake of stardom doesn't mean very much, really. I mean, being famous for the sake of being famous doesn't mean very much. Being famous for being good is nice, doing good work, but that doesn't always mean doing big, flashy movies. Not that I don't think of Rita as that.
Well, there are plenty of people on record saying you do some very good work. Can I quote just one at you, because it fascinates me, actually. Alan Bleasdale, and I took a note of this, Boys from the Back stuff, said that you were a writer and director's dream because you're full of your own ideas. Now, I know many directors who would say you're a pain in the neck if you do that.
Do you? Who said that?
But isn't it so? I mean, if you're intruding on their direction.
Yeah. You see, I don't actually remember laying down any marvellous ideas to people, actually, because I've always worked with really good people. I've been very lucky. I've worked with really good writers and good directors most of the time. So that I don't ever remember saying, I think this should be played like this. No, you're wrong, I'm going to play it like this. I don't ever remember doing that. But I suppose I must have had the odd idea, shall we do this? But the directors I've worked with have liked that. They ask for that kind of thing, usually.
Well, I better let you get away now to your great night. You've got to get a new dress on. I'm told it's a bit naughty, is that
Oh,
right?
it's not.
Isn't it?
No, it's not naughty. Only if the wind blows.
Ah, well, good luck anyway.
Thank you.